Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly developer diary. So for this week I've got quite a lot to cover, so I'll just get straight into it. So first of all, before I show some of the stuff in Unity and whatnot that we've done, I think I will start by showing you a little trailer. If I go to here. So yeah, I think I'll show you this first. There it is. That's right. We are officially on Steam. That's the big bombshell for this one. We're on Steam, go wishlist the game. It really helps with metrics and it helps get us on the new and trending. It's the biggest thing you can do to support me, support the team. So if you're watching this, wishlist the game, please. It really helps a lot. So that's the big thing that I really wanted. I was really excited to show you. But I've also got still quite a lot of other stuff to show you. So with that happening, we've been doing a ton of social media stuff, trying to promote the game. And if you want to keep up to that, make sure to check out our team's Twitter as well as TikTok. We've got a lot of content on both of them, just about the game, about development, a few like funny like bits and bobs and memes and whatnot on there. So I have all that linked in the description as well as the Steam page, obviously. But yeah, other than all the social media stuff and getting the game on Steam that's big, I'll also show you some of the progress we've made. So the biggest progress we've made is we haven't really had to make any changes to the ninja. The biggest progress we've made is in regards to the ghost. Of something you might notice with this Oni mask is first of all, I have this charge shot now that feels really nice. I can just charge it a little, I can charge it all the way, and it feels pretty nice. But the movement of it feels really fluid. It has this nice bit of like acceleration, deceleration, and basically what we've done is just try to make all the enemies feel really fluid. So as you can see, this has a bit of acceleration, deceleration, has coyote time, all these little things that if you're not a game developer you might not think about or know about, but all these little things that just make these enemies feel really fluid. Oh, hello. Charger enemies got on me then. There's probably a bit of new art here that wasn't here in the last dev diary. I don't know if the Tanuki enemies here would have been the last one. I'm not 100% sure. But these are the new lobbing enemies, so you control them, you can move left and right, you can do a high jump, and you can lob a projectile in like an arc, similar to like a old style hammer bro. And I know this enemy definitely wasn't in the game for last week, which is, this is like the melee attack enemy, so what you can do is you can move left and right, as you see, has this like cool psychic energy around him when he's moving, and like his floating paintbrush. He can jump, and his main attack is this, which is basically like a extended like melee attack, where he flicks the paintbrush around and it makes this cool ink symbol, which is really cool. And I think off the top of my head that symbol means like like it means like death or attack. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, that's a really cool thing. If we got a lot more of the enemy animations done, and they feel pretty fluid now, which is nice. Another thing you might notice is there's a lot more here in terms of tiles now, because while the other artists on the games have been doing those enemy animations, I've been doing a lot of tiles and a bit of messing around with a bit of the UI stuff. As you see, I've got this cool wave effect, well, this cool wave drawings in the corners of the UI, and I've been doing a lot of these little things like these rocks, these vines, bamboo, bonsai trees, all these crystals, these other little rocks, these little crates and little archery target things, these hanging lanterns, as well as like these little statues and columns that are like dotted around. And all in all, we've just made a lot of progress. The main progress in just game feel has just been in the making all these enemies feel good and the ghosts feel good. Because before we had this clunky method of, oh, you select an enemy and possess it. Now I just press E, I'm an enemy. I press E again, I go to the next enemy. And it's so fluid, just being able to swap between enemies now. It feels really solid. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, let's see if I can find a area that has a few more enemies in it to show that off. There you go. There's quite a lot of enemies here. So I just E cycle goes up to this enemy, goes to this enemy, and just being able to swap between all its enemies quite seamlessly feels really good. There's the odd bug in relation to you possess enemy that's slightly off screen, but that's just a very minor bug that we're just tweaking. And a lot of this week is just been just on these little game feel things, like things that might not show up that well in video. But say this charge right now. If I do a charge now, when I turn around, because before you can turn the charge, I can turn it around now, which first of all feels a lot better. But also when I turn around, I have this like little drift where it like slows down, speeds up. I have this. The charge area feels a lot more fluid. It still feels uncontrollable with how fast it is and how it bounces off walls, but still feels like you have a bit of control because you can actually turn it around, you can jump. So I still feel like I can control this to hit the ninja like that, while it still has that like chaotic feel to it, a feeling like it's constantly flying about. And we've just made so many like quality of life features to all the enemies. Like before, the way these bomber enemies worked was it dropped an explosion and the explosion would hit something and it would hit everything in that area. So before, the bomber enemy would hit me here because the explosion would happen here and it hit me, and it was really weird. We've made a ton of quality of life to that, so the explosion now starts off small and grows bigger with like the particle effect and the animation. The bombs can't fly through, can't hit you through terrain anymore. The bomber now will like, rather than like jaggedly jumping up and down with the ninja's height, he'll slowly try to like go up and down in relation to the ninja height. So if I go all the way down here, he doesn't just shoot down, he sort of slowly floats up when I'm trying to chase him and stuff like that. Or like with the kamikaze enemy, I've been working on changing its movement so it has this sort of like Kirby-like flying movement. And we're testing how that feels rather than its typical flying. And then when it goes into bomb mode, it's sort of thingy sinks. And also, as you see, we added the feature of being able to cancel the explosion. So I go explode, I press it again, I can cancel it. I fly up to him, I go boom, and he dies. Oh well, he takes the damage. But yeah, all in all, the game is just feeling a lot better. So like, the frog now feels a lot better. Has little things just like screen shake, and having these variable jump heights, so I can do a short hop, and having things like jump buffers and coyote time just makes the game feel so much better. But yeah, other than all these little game feel things, I've personally been doing, for me, I've been doing all this new tile set art, as well as a lot of the marketing for the game, a lot of admin stuff. I've done all these, sorting these Steam page out, which was a bit of a pain, but it's finally, the bulk of that's over. But yeah, overall, everything's going pretty well. Again, obviously, we've just got the game on Steam, so if you're watching this, please wishlist the game. It's such a important thing for game devs like us. Ooh, I just saw a swooping enemy fly past then. Ooh, I've not seen that before. That's a very recent change of. He was flying. Well, I do have one of my programmers working on that right now, so. But oh, that was actually looked kind of cool, to be honest. He's going a lot further. I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that a lot more actually. I thought that was a glitch at first, but I think he's just changed it so it has a lot more of like an aggro range. Because another thing we've been doing is a lot of gameplay testing. Now we're getting onto those later periods of, like, all the game content program wise is done. It just needs to be polished up and tested and balanced. So we've done quite a bit of gameplay testing recently using because we don't have online right now. We've tried it using Parset. Oh god, there's a lot of swooping enemies in here. Oh, if I can dodge them. Oh, that feels quite fun. That room, I like that. Especially all those swooping enemies with their increased attack range. That was pretty good. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of gameplay testing, a lot more marketing, mainly just a lot of bug fixing and just game feel things. In terms of like art, the main things we need to do is the last like 3 or 4 enemy designs and animations that we're sorting out. So we've got 3 weeks till EGX, which is sounds terrifying to say, but I'm very hyped and excited for it. But the main things that need being done in the game is we're going to change this victory screen, which we've already got a work in progress for that. Making some tweaks to the UI, and just get those. I'm going to be adding more tiles and making tweaks to them because there's the odd visual inconsistency. And I've noticed people tend to find it hard to tell between the background and foreground, so I'll be doing a lot of like just little things like darkening the backgrounds and lightening the foregrounds, just so it has a bit more contrast. Little things like that is what we're focusing on now. But all in all, everything is going pretty well. I'm very excited for EGX. Admittedly, a bit nervous, but very excited. I think it's going to be a really cool experience. The pitch is we're gonna be doing our final pitch around the time of EGX, and that is going to be also a bit nervous, but our practice pitches all went really well, so I'm not too nervous about it because we don't have to change much about our pitch. And I think I think the game looks great. It looks incredible. It feels fun to play. It's just trying to make it as fun as possible now. We're just balancing the game and adding little visual effects because, like, adding these animations for this fire breath enemy, for example, or little things like adding like better death particles to enemies. So I kill this enemy, it's just like a little dust effect, which like isn't horrible, but obviously we want something a bit more visually interesting than that. But yeah, overall the game's coming along really well, and it's unrecognizable from what it originally was, especially if you go all the way back to like the first developer diary. It is you cannot tell this is the same thing at all with how different those two are. The only thing in this game that is, yeah, yeah, the one constant that has survived from all the way from the first developer diary is, if I can find one, not you, this guy, the dragon head enemy, because we're getting an update, because that's just been like the placeholder art for enemies that don't have their art in yet. This is the one thing that has survived from the very first like developer diaries of showing Soulbound off. And once this guy's gone, it's there's nothing here from like the OG like concept of Soulbound. But all in all, it's come a long way, and I'm really happy with it. And a bit nervous, but also for every bit I'm nervous, I'm a lot more excited. Having people come in to just play the game is going to be really cool, and I'm expecting from how all the practice pitches went, we're going to ace the final pitch, and then after that, it's just sort of uncertainty of if we get the funding, we can actually pay ourselves an actual wage and work on the game and whatnot. Because obviously, I've loved working on this over the past almost 3 months now, but I'm not gonna lie, I would like to get paid for working 9 to 5, 5 days a week. However, it is rewarding and it's fun, and yeah, we're just hoping we're hoping we can just make it as best as possible, and hoping we can sell as best as possible so we can actually do this for a living. Because it's really fun, but we also need food. We need to afford stuff. But yeah, all in all, everything's going well. And wish us the game. Wish us the game. Follow the Twitter. Follow the TikTok. And if you're coming to EGX, I hope to see you there. It's going to be great. So, I think that covers everything. Thanks for watching, guys, and listening to my weekly ramble. And I'll see you all next week. Alright, peace.